What's up guys, it's Flow Like Scuba. We're back today with some more Smite Conquest. This is ranked and I'm playing Muzen as carry in the duo lane. Right here you can see my Ares just kind of lets that go before we get it and it goes to lane. I hit him with a passive aggressive OK because I am now going to be late to lane. This is another video post-game commentary because I wasn't planning on recording this, but this turned out to be just a good game and some really good learning points were found in this game. It's pretty late at night, and I'm going to try and do this in one take, so please just bear with me if I mess up or if there's any awkward pauses. So Muzen, he's a hunter. He's really cool because he's pretty unique, and you can play him so different. You can play him in mid lane, you can play him as ADC, you can build him completely different depending on what you want to do. So let's talk about his abilities. His one is a hive, and you can see this radius on the ground in red. If I'm standing inside that radius, I have increased attack speed, increased movement speed, and increased healing. And then his passive works with these hives. His passive is that his 2 and his 3, both of those abilities, apply bees, which is just the term for his damage over time or the bleed, whatever you want to call it. And if you apply that and the enemy's sitting in these circles, the hives will do damage over time up to a max of, I want to say 3 seconds. And so the 2 applies bees, it's your wave clear, so what you want to go to lane with. Then I would always level the 1 second so I can start working with my hives. The 2 just does a bunch of damage in a straight line, and like I said, it applies bees. We go for a gank here, and we don't really get it, so that's unfortunate, but it's okay. It's only level 2. The 3 is a slow. It's just they put honey on the ground. You can control where it goes. It's like a line ability, but you can move it around. It's a slow if it's not inside the radius of your hives. If they're standing outside of that, they won't take the damage every time from the bees, but they're standing inside, the hives will attack them. And every basic attack applies a little bit more time to the bleed. I think it's 0.5 seconds per basic attack up to a max of 3. Anyways. So yeah, as you can see, I'm playing with an Ares. We're playing into a Sylvanas and an Izanami. I picked first, and I'm really lucky that this carry didn't pick someone really mobile, or someone with big AoE abilities that I wouldn't be able to get out of, like Huyi or Carnunos, for example. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and spoil it. It's probably gonna be in the title of the video, but my team gets really behind, and we just sit in lane. We farm, we do our job, and we come back and we carry the team to victory. And like they wanted to quit and everything. A lot of people don't understand that if you're playing carry, your job is to sit in your lane and hit level 20. Okay, you can go get farm on your side of the jungle, like at the right side, but if you rotate to mid or anywhere past that, you're losing so much farm. And like I said, your job is to beat the enemy ADC to level 20. Because if you beat the enemy ADC to level 20, you can start rotating the team fights, and they have to make the choice to sit in their lane and they hit level 20, or to rotate to team fights under leveled. So I think, if I remember correctly, this Izanami leaves lane to rotate early, and you know, you can, I don't know, you can disagree with me or not, but you can notice that no one really pings me or tells me to rotate or anything, because they get it, they know what I'm supposed to be doing. A lot of times you're gonna get just harassed. People are gonna be like, "Dude, what are you doing? Come over and help me." And it's kind of rude to think about it this way, but it's mid lane is not your lane to win. Mid lane is the mid lane's lane to win. Okay, like right there he died, but it's no big deal. Okay, I'm not gonna go to mid lane just because he died right there. I'm gonna sit in my lane and I'm gonna win my lane. Okay, it goes for solo. I think this solo had a really bad time, but he's playing Guan Yu, which is pretty tough to play in solo. I would never do it. But he's the one, yeah, I remember he has the worst time, and he's telling people to come to his lane and whatever, but it's his lane to win or lose. Anyways, enough rambling. I didn't even talk about the ultimate. The ultimate is the coolest part of Muzen. Is why I like him so much. This thing scales up to, I actually don't remember the base damage now. I feel bad, because I'm doing a video on it, and he's like my favorite guy. I think he's up to 400 base damage. Plus, it's either 100 or 110% scaling off your power. This ability hits hard, and it's a cripple. So if you hit somebody with it, they can't use any abilities that's like a dash or jump or any movement abilities. And so it will hit them and it's a stinger. It'll stay on them for, I want to say, 3 seconds, and then it drops on the ground. And if you pick it up, you have like a 15-second cooldown on it. If you don't pick it up, it's like a 90 seconds, so you want to make sure you pick it up. If you hit somebody and your target that you hit dies, it drops to the ground immediately, so you can pick it up. I don't know if I do it in this video, but I have bought Aegis before, and I've dove a tower. I've dove straight into the middle of like a bunch of enemies. I popped my Aegis and I've grabbed that stinger because it's just, I feel like it's that worth it. That's what makes AMC AMC. If you're missing your stinger, maybe don't play AMC. Maybe practice with that a little bit. But that's like, if you can't hit the stinger, then it just kind of like defeats the whole purpose of this kit, because that's like one of the hardest hitting abilities as a hunter. So I started with, you can either rush trans. I haven't found much success with that. I started with Hunter's Blessing and Tier 1 of trans, and then I backed and I had enough money for boots, so I got a Ninja Tabi so I can have increased attack speed. Right here, as you can see, they didn't know I was coming. Oh, I hit him with the stinger. You can see it dropped immediately because it was an execute. Not execute, but it killed him immediately. I came around, I started with the honey on the ground, and then I used my 2 because that will apply the bees for longer duration. He walks right into that. I don't think we picked this up. I don't know how this dude lived, but he did. He was 1 HP and we hit him with that. But yeah. Anyways, so we got Ninja Tabi for increased attack speed because we're about to have a bunch of power from that trans. And you can, well, okay, so let's talk about the builds. This game, I went with Tank Shred. I went with a bunch of penetration because the tanks were just running at my face because they knew they needed to take me out. And so I went with that. You can go, if you go mid lane, you can build them completely ability based, and just smack people with your 2 and your ultimate. If you want to, you can build crit on him. It's kind of the way the way you decide if you build pin or crit on a god most of the time is if they have a attack speed stem in their kit, which technically as hives are. And like I said, you want to fight in his hives as much as possible because your attack speed and everything goes way down. But you can build crit on him because if you're in a hive, then yeah, you have enough attack speed for the crit to matter. Or you can build pin, like I did in this game. Okay, there's the first awkward silence of the video. I've got my Hunter's Blessing stack, so I'm going to have some more basic attack damage. I think... Oh no, this wasn't the point that the Ares got mad at me, was it? He just like ran at their face and died, and then was like, yo, AMC, what the heck? But I was like trying to back and clear the wave. I think this is actually it. But yeah, so I don't know. He was playing aggressive support, which is what you have to do with Ares, because Ares doesn't really have CC. Yeah, okay, there it is. Yeah, well, I was just trying to focus on farm, and I didn't realize he was going to step up. But people always say that Ares, hit this. Oh yeah, I hit that. See that? See how much damage that does? And see the stinger's on her. I can see it. I'm gonna pick that up real quick and see. Okay, my cooldown was actually 17 seconds. But once I get some more cooldown in my kit, it's gonna go down to like 15 or 14. Second awkward silence of the video. So okay, Bastat's going for the invade on the purple. That's great. I think he's on me back right there. And we're gonna, oh no, she's on Bastet. We don't really do anything, because like I said, we just sit in lane and farm, so this might be boring up until the point where we start rotating and just smacking people. This is past the point in the game where like I wanted Ares to just go mid lane, because I need to sit here and like get some solo farm, but it's whatever. So I'm out of mana here, I can't really do much, and Ares is still fighting. I didn't want to tell him to, I didn't want to pull him off in case, you know, we could make something happen, because I wasn't too scared. We have some good wards placed, so I know if mid lane or the jungle's coming to me. Right here, we just get a bunch of pressure and go back and get our purple. That's really important too. Is if you're not getting a kill in lane, if you're not farming minions in lane, you need to get in your jungle and you need to get some farm. So you need to get that purple as soon as it comes up, or as soon as you can, because if you get your purple buff, let's say like 30 seconds before the enemy team goes back and gets their purple buff, right? Okay. Your purple buff is going to spawn 30 seconds before theirs. Okay? So if you're 30 seconds early to your purple buff, I can't say that word, and then they're 30 seconds late to the next one, now you put a minute of that XP towards you. So you have a minute of extra XP that they do, and if you go for an invade, then you're putting them even farther behind. I haven't been paying attention to see if this Izanami has rotated yet. I don't think she has, but she definitely does start doing it. And we sit here and we get some farm, which you can already see I got a little bit of a lead because we got a kill on her earlier. So I cleared wave, and look, as soon as I did that, I ran and got this. They're dying in mid lane. This is kind of where it starts going downhill. It already has, really. It's 4-9. Guan Yu's just already been having such a bad time over there. Anyways, so yeah, I didn't make any YouTube videos for a while because I was just having a really bad time with Smite. And I drop a high ward here and just go back to lane, take this from them. Yeah, Izanami, I saw Izanami mid and I see them coming back my way now, but I know I have time to get this and then back up. Anyways, yeah, I stopped making YouTube videos for a little while because I think it was like right after I uploaded that last video of the proxy farming. I lost, I played 3 days in a row, I didn't win a game. I didn't win one game. So it just wasn't fun and couldn't get any good videos. And then I was 1 game away from going up into gold and ranked because I've been in silver and I worked really hard to get to gold. And then I lost 12 ranked games in a row. And most of those were me and solo lane. I can't say that I played perfect in all of those. I can say that I played pretty good at most of those, and 4 of those we had disconnects on my team. None of those 12 games was a disconnect or someone didn't load in on the other team. So that was fun. Okay, so right here I know Izanami and Sylvanas are going mid because they stepped over that ward I have there. I pushed up that wave. That wave's going to go tower. She's not going to get any of it because she's mid, missing out on this farm. I'm getting my purple buff. And right here I'm level 11, she's level 9. I'm about 11 and a half if you think about it that way. But yeah, so I was just playing solo, playing Bologna, and I don't even remember who else, but I wanted to make some Bologna videos, but like I said, it just wasn't good. I wasn't having a good time. And so what I decided to do is, I think we outplay her right here because she missed that. Hit her with a stinger, put that honey down on the ground. I'm missing autos. I actually don't chase this down. Oh yeah, dude, this is so embarrassing. I hesitated and then I waited way too long and said, hey, I'm gonna waste my Aegis right here. So don't do that. If you're gonna do it, commit and go get it. I could have done it because I knew where everybody else was on the map. I knew I wasn't gonna get jumped on that tower, and she wasn't gonna stun me out or anything because she doesn't have that in her kit. So I decided to play carry because my carries were feeding constantly. And that's not like any BM to them, but it's like kind of a stereotype in Smite that your dual lane always feeds. Like, I don't know how you always end up with a bad dual lane, but that's kind of how it works. And I just decided that, you know, even if I'm not getting a bunch of kills or whatever, or if I'm playing from behind, at least I'm just not going to feed. Because my game plan doing this is just, if I get behind, get the farm I can, sit on her tower, and try to make it level 20, and just do work at the end of the game. Yeah, so she shouldn't have stayed there. She just didn't respect like the range, and obviously, you know, she thought I went back in the jungle. But I was like, hang on, if she's still there, I'm gonna poke out and get a kill real quick. So now we're level 13, she's level 10, so we're 3 levels up. She's gonna miss some more farm. I just pushed another wave into her tower, so Bon's actually gonna get that. I'm stealing this farm. Kind of bouncing around here, but yeah, I decided that I just wasn't gonna feed. You know, I can go like negative or whatever, but I'm just gonna hold out and not get smacked, because that's usually what happens. Is, you know, they're pushing your dual lanes Phoenix and it's like 15 minutes in the game and they're just spamming VGS and pinging everybody. But so that's another thing too, is bringing some positivity to the game. I've been trying to. I wasn't actually in comms for this. A couple other games I played where I've been in comms and just like being nice to people, and I've just started muting people too that are BMing. There's plenty of opportunity for me to like get mad at my team here, but it's just not going to do any good. It's taking like time away from me to like talk trash to my teammates. That's only going to get them upset. They're going to sit there and they're going to be typing to me, whatever, and they're going to be missing farm and everything. So it's just not worth it, especially in ranked. Like, just play the game. So yeah, we got into gold. This is actually a gold 5 game. We went from 1 game away from silver 1, or from gold 5 to almost falling out of silver 3. So it was a good top. Right here, she's pushed up under tower, and I'm assuming she doesn't have any. Well, maybe she had ward there because she did back up. Yeah, so we backed and we got Crusher. I was kind of debating on that, But Crusher, I actually always forget that it does give you attack speed, so it's fine to build on someone like me. It gives you flat penetration, which is great into squishies like hunters and mages and junglers. Most of the time they don't have any protections, but the, like intrinsic protections that they have. A lot of people, and I used to do this too. I used to, after my boots, I'd go into like an executioner, because that gives you a bunch of power, and it gives you like passive penetration, because it's like I want to say 12% per basic attack up to 3 stacks. So you hit somebody 3 times, and you have 36% of their physical protections just shredded. And what's the point? Because Poseidon shows up, he doesn't get me. Spoiler alert. I think I run away here because I'm like missing autos and stuff. But anyways, Exy, yeah, like I don't need it because Sylvanas left my lane a long time ago. It's just been Izanami, so I don't need percent pin on Izanami, because you can actually see, if you look at my physical protections, is 57. I don't have any defensive items, so that's just like based off my character. So 36% of 57 for shred wise is not really worth it. So Crusher is flat pin. It's not penetration. That's like, okay, this took me a minute to understand this in Smite until I had a friend explain this to me. But flat pin from Crusher is, I want to say it's 15. It's not 15%, it's just 15. So I just leveled up and now I have 60 physical protections. So you subtract 15 from that. So if someone were hitting me with Crusher, I would only have technically 45 physical protections. So yeah, that's why I did that. I think I actually go into Aussie next and get some lifesteal, some attack speed, and some more flat pin, and then I go into Executioner. Also, you know, some people kind of don't like doing this, but at the end of this game I go into Executioner and Titan's Bane, and like theoretically you're losing value on your Executioner because of the way that Titan's Bane works, but like I'm telling you, these tanks just start running at my face, so I was just trying to burn them down as quick as I could. Got that tower. As you like, just the whole map is burning around me, and I decided to get that tower a while ago. I tried to rotate to that, but there's nothing I could do, so what do? I go back to the lane and try and farm some more, because I'm still level 16. We're still 3 levels up on Izanami, because she's been rotating. She was in solo lane earlier. That's just such... Don't do that. Just, if you want to win, sit in your lane, farm, and if anybody's pinging you, just mute them, because they don't know what they're talking about. Your job is to sit there and hit level 20. Right there I was checking the price of Aussie. I definitely didn't have it near enough gold to get it. Third awkward silence. This is kind of a long video. I wish I did this while I was playing. I looked for her. I think she went invis. Yeah, she went invis and went by me. So let's make sure she didn't steal my farm. Get this in purple real quick. We're still 2-0. Okay, so it's 18 minutes in the game, and we only have 2 kills. But hey, we've only died. We haven't died, right? So people will be like, "Yo, ADC, you need to be doing more," but it's not your job to do anything as the ADC until you hit level 20. And I'm saying that a lot, but like, people just really need to get that into their heads. Yeah, see, I contemplated right there, but I was like, well, I'm still not seeing any tanks in my lane. We're going Aussie, getting more flat pin. And I felt bad. Like, sometimes I feel bad, right? I feel bad. Your team's getting smacked. Your mid laner's just getting outplayed. And it could be because their mid laner's better, or their jungler's just jumping them. And solo lane's fighting over there. I think they're the first one to lose tier 2. We lose this tower, but it's no big deal because it's 19 minutes in. Boop, hit him with that. Look at that damage, man. That's why I love that ult. So we pick it up, cool down to 14 seconds. I'm waiting for my abilities to come up. She pops her Aegis. It's not going to do anything. We're going to hit her with that. She's going to bleed out. So yeah, we got a kill. We used our ult, we picked it up, and we have it back already. That's nuts. And we got Aegis. So now it's 3-0. Team is still fighting in solo, and like right here is a perfect example where they'd be like, ADC, you need to rotate. And here's a good example of map awareness too. There's the first surrender. Right here I go invade red because hey, everyone is fighting in solo. Everyone that's alive on their team is in solo lane. They're not going to get... Thor does have a global ult, semi-global ult, but he's not going to get to me anytime soon. I see him mid, so I'm like, hey, I have time to get this wave too. Someone playing AMC or any hunter or any god with no bow ability, it is extra important that you pay attention to your map, because if I get rotated on, I'm pretty much just dead, right? Like my my only option is to turn and burn, right? My only option is to turn, throw a hive down, throw my ult, throw my kit, and just fight, which is kind of what I do here. I'm like, well, this is it. And then he runs off. I don't know if he had a ward on that or he saw Janice or what, but so right, yeah, okay, I didn't actually, oh my goodness, I wasn't paying attention. Did we hit level 20 before 20-minute mark? I hope we did. That's insane. But yeah, so we're 5 levels up on Izanami. Right here, I'm just gonna burn this Gold Fury by myself, because guess what? I'm looking at the map, Sylvanas backed up. He's over there now. Their whole enemy team is over there fighting at that tier 2, that blue buff area. And I have Ozzy and my hives, so I can just heal straight through this with my basic attacks. We get a Gold Fury. It's not, it's not the most important one, but, and so look, I say, oh, hey, their whole team's still over there fighting. No one's gonna make it over here. Let me go get this tower. And like a lot of people will be like, dude, why are you split pushing? But I mean, I don't know. That's your job. Oh, I haven't even said this yet. Your job as the ADC is to, like I said, hit level 20 before anyone else. But your job in team fights is, if you're at an objective, is to burn the objective. If you have someone tanking, I'm getting ganked right here, so he showed, I don't know if he teleported in or what, but I can also see they're on Guan Yu. Guan Yu rotated to me to try and help me get out, but he didn't really need to do that. We both get out, I'm pretty sure. But it was close. I didn't like his pathing. Look, dude, he brings this Thor right to me. I don't know why he ran that direction, but yeah, Thor hit me with his hammer, but it was good. Yeah, right here they die with Sonic Tower, and it's just one of those things where I'm like, well, we gotta hit everybody we can with everything we've got, because I'm not getting out of this thing. And they end up backing off. See, okay, that's a good example. If they didn't have their carry here, if Izanami was here, her job would be to smack that tower, right? Because what I was trying to get, the point I was trying to get to when I said we get ganked, is Jormungandr is the solo lane, right? Him or Sylvanas is going to be tanking the tower for the team. They can't sit in that take tower shots forever, right? So your job is to hit that tower and either get it and back up, or hit the tower, get the tower down, and then keep going forward so you're not worrying about your tank taking the tower shots. I'm just going to back up here because I have 2,700 gold, and to me it looks like they got out. So that's fighting around objectives. In team fights, like in the jungle or whatever, in lane where you're not really worried about objectives, you want to focus the squishies right, but let's be real, as a hunter you're never going to get to do that, because there are solo lanes like jumping you in the back line, and there are jungles looking to pick you off in the back line, so you kind of just have to hit whatever's in front of you, and hunters are really good at that because their basic attacks do so much damage, and you build around the basic attacks most of the time, which we have in this build. We back and pick up Xe, so we're going to be super effective against tanks. I don't think we go for fire here. I think I just burn this down real quick. And look how much we're healing off odds. Like, I could have just sat there and took that, and no big deal. But yeah, so you just kind of hit whatever's in front of you. You burn them down. You're going to do really good at that, because that's you're going to be shredding them with all these items that we were talking about earlier. And I don't know. I just kind of like I was saying, the solo lane, the jungler's job is to jump their back line, so they're going to be fighting like their mage and their ADC. If you can get their support down, or not their support, their jungler and their solo lane down, now your backline can move up on their backline, and you have like a numbers game. And obviously, that's really simple, but people kind of forget that, and they like don't really know what to do in a team fight. Look at like, we're just deleting these people. And right here I got kind of scared, but Thor just backed off because he probably could have killed me, but he just decided to run and save his own life. So we're 4-0-1. We just smacked those people. Obviously we didn't do all the damage because they were getting hit by everybody. They're in a bad position. When that happened I was like, what the heck? I wasn't paying attention. So look right here. Okay, Sylvanas goes mid, right? He's right there. I just got him on the ward. Thor takes off, and a lot of people just they go and they chase those kills. And Thor would have been out. Sylvanas would have been impossible to kill because he's a tank, right? But this team was actually good enough to know, like, hey, this is a great opportunity for Fire Giant because the only people are up are Thor and Sylvanas. Thor left, and you know, Sylvanas, he almost got that. Like, if we're being honest, but we get him here. But you know, he had to do his job and try and steal that away from us. I think we go for left tower. Yeah. I push up this way. Probably should have just rotated straight to the tower and help them burn it because, like I said, that's my job to hit the objectives. And here I am not hitting the objective, but I kind of needed that wave pushed up anyways. So who's contesting this? It looks like Poseidon and Thor. Yeah, so we hit tower, and guess what? We're ready for a team fight because we don't have to worry about the tower. Like the tower's like you can think of it as an extra character on their team. This Yorm, I think this was the game. This Yorm like kept ulting, and I just would kill him before he would ult. And so this was a good example. We got the tower, they backed up, and team wanted to go for Phoenix, but I don't think it's a good idea because they had 3 people up, and Sylvanas, they had 4 people up, right? Yeah, because Poseidon was up, but we picked him again. It's just like I just felt like we just made such a good play. We got Fire Giant. We won a team fight before the Fire Giant. We got a tower. You know, sometimes you just gotta cut your losses, really. And a lot of people just push it, and that's how they throw. So I backed it on. I thought about, I don't remember if I told them to do the Gold Fury. I think I just decided to let them do whatever they were gonna do, and I was just gonna burn it again by myself. Yeah, they're still fighting up there, and I was so worried that they were gonna die, and I was gonna have to go defend by myself because AOC's great for single target damage, not when the whole enemy team is at your Titan. Trust me, I tried to defend it by myself before, and it doesn't work out too well. That was a Primal Fury, so earlier the Gold Fury that we got by ourselves just gives your team like a good bit of gold. I don't remember the actual number on that right now. Primal Fury makes objectives like the Gold Fury and the Fire Giant easier to kill. And you can stack that up to 3 times. So if you kill 3 Primal Furies, you have like the maximum amount of like damage you can do on them. And I don't remember if it gives you protections against the objectives or not, but and okay, yeah. So we backed and we sold off our Hunter's Blessing because at this point in the game, it's not really doing much for us. I want to point out that it's 27 minutes in the game. We've been level 20 for more or less 7.5 minutes. I don't know if we hit it before. Izanami's still 19, right? So that's what I was saying, and that's what I was saying earlier, that if you beat her to it, then she's just playing from behind when she comes to team fights, or she can go farm on her own and be out of team fights and be a 4v5. So I'm jumping all around. I know I've been doing that a lot. I do it in all these videos, but so we still have Hunter's Blessing. Don't need it at this point. We got Titan's Bane. Titan's Bane is does extra damage to the tanks. I can't remember the passive on that ability because I never really buy it, but I really need it this game because you haven't really seen it yet, but I haven't been able to get to the back line. And like right here is a good example. Yorm just jumps us, which is his job in soul lane, but Thor found some open space, he grouped us all up, get a good Ares ult. My team's like saying retreat and everything, but I know that I can turn this. I know I can get 2 more, you know, might die or whatever, but I pop my Aegis, team's dying, we get Yorm right here. We're just smacking this Izanami, like, oh my goodness, dude. Oh, that's not Izanami, that was, who was that? Was that Sylvanas? And then right here we just start missing stuff, so that sucks. This dude runs all the way back. I wanted to turn and kill Izanami behind me, but decided to die more. Boom, got him. Izanami goes invisible. Oh, that's another thing I didn't even say. So these stealth characters like Izanami and Loki and Morgan, if you put your bees on the ground, you can actually see them when they're invis, because the bees will be on them ticking. And I don't know if we've had an example of that yet. Alright, so I know she dashed through that wall, right? Like, I just missed. I think she was a little bit farther to the left. I saw her turn when she used that ability, so I'm pretty sure she was dashing and viz underneath that tower. Guan Yu's taking this for me. Great job by Soul Lane. I could have backed up, but I was like, no, I'm determined. I want this tower. So that team fight, what I was trying to say, gosh, Jormungandr did his job. He ulted in, right? He dove the back line of Soul Lane. Great job. He opened up space, and we grouped up for a Thor ult. So their jungle jumped on us, right? And Sylvanas was guarding their Poseidon Izanami, and he's the one that we burned right before we chased down that Poseidon. We get Pyro and we're back. Got a whole bunch of gold. What do we sell boots off for here? Speed pot, yeah. Did I go Heartseeker? Come on, what did I get? What did I get? What did I get? Oh, I did go Heartseeker. Heartseeker's sick. I don't know if this was the play or not, but oh yeah, I didn't have enough gold. Don't do this. I sold off my wards so I can make sure I got a Heartseeker. Don't just keep your wards. But this is pretty late in the game, and I felt like I needed it. Heartseeker is great because so this build is really hybrid. It's got a bunch of pin, flat pin, and percentage pin, and some ability damage. Like Crusher does extra damage on your abilities. Heartseeker does extra damage on your abilities, and then once you like hit people with your basic attacks, right here I was like, come on guys, let's just do fire. We could pull it, and I think I actually ended up just smacking it. So like I make their enemy team come up. Yeah, so like we're sitting around here, nothing's getting done. No one's really go. Bastet actually goes in, and we're like, we decide to go in too. She jumps right out. So like. We're just grouping around Fire Giant, not to get anything done, and they end up not like coming up, and I get tired. I just go pull the Fire Giant, and once like the enemy team sees that Fire Giant like aggro somebody and the Ring of Fire come around, they're gonna step up. They're gonna try and contest it. They need vision on it, and so what I do is as soon as I see them step up, I get knocked up by that because I suck. But so yeah, I made the team step up. I get off of it. I tell my team to get off of it so I can smack by Fire Giant trying to fight. And we turn. It's kind of some bad fight commentary. Thor just landed, and look, they're all grouped up now. So I start throwing my abilities, smacking one with my ult. I see my ult on the ground, like, I need to pick this up. Use Aegis to go get it, like I was talking about earlier. I actually got it that time. So we have ult on cooldown. This is going to be up before this team fight's over, right? That's why this ult is so important to pick up, dude, because it does so much damage, it cripples. You can have it at, like, 2 to 3 times in the team fight, depending on how long it goes. I have it right here. I don't know if I use it or not. They're chasing down the enemy. This is like, it's okay. Oh, I just missed. I missed that ult so bad. So that's 80-second cooldown if I don't pick it up. We don't get everybody. We don't clean everybody up, but it's fine. Because now we can just go to Fire Giant. There's nothing they can do about it. Like, obviously Thor can ult in or whatever, but... Oh, no, we don't go to Fire Giant. I'm sorry. I forgot about this. I just go burn Gold Fury again. This one is Oni. Oni Fury is like probably the most important at this stage in the game. Oni Fury like gives your minions extra health and I want to say attack power, right? So they're harder to kill. If they run into a normal minion wave, they're just going to beat that minion wave and keep going. That's why it's important to get this because it'll push up your waves. Without you actually having to go and push up your waves. You put that on top of some fire minions off of a Phoenix that you've already taken down, and they're super hard to kill. And that's another thing too, is you want to make sure that your waves are pushed up. If you're not team fighting, you know, try and get some vision on the map, try and push all your waves up, because they'll have to deal with the waves at their Phoenix, and you can just back up and go get Fire Giant like pretty much for free because they're dealing with that. If they don't deal with that, then they'll just take a bunch of damage on the Phoenix, maybe even lose it. Right there, what did I get when I back right there? I wasn't paying attention. Did I get the 3k pot? I'm not sure. Sorry. Ares gets overextended here. He knows it. Like, he knows it as soon as he did it. So that kind of sucks because now enhanced Fire Giant's up. It's an important one. And now we're 4v5. Yeah, so he goes in stealth. I could have put my honey down, but I pretty much knew where he was, right? Like, that was a tight corridor. And there goes his ult. We get him before he can take off. So now we even out the playing field. And look at the kills right here, right? Like, it's 25 to 25, but we're 8-0-6, right? So we're pretty much keeping the team. No BM to my team. We're keeping the team in the game, right? So someone else has picked up a kill on their team. We got one. Jones picks up a good one there. Finish off this Poseidon. We're 10-0-6. We have 10 of our 28 kills. So, okay, right there, the team eventually realizes this, that, hey, why are we chasing a Sylvanas running in our speed buff at 34 minutes? It's a Sylvanas. It's going to be really hard to kill. he's not gonna be able to stop us from taking this Phoenix. That's what I was trying to communicate to them to attack middle lane. Is I need one of you to tank this or get this wave in here. But this is just like the freest Phoenix ever, and so many people will just go chase the support through the jungle, not kill him, not get an objective. And also look, we have Oni wave and normal wave on right Phoenix and left Phoenix. That's what I was talking about the Oni waves, how they're so good because they didn't deal with that Oni wave before they went to Fire Giant. So now, not only did they get wiped, we got a Phoenix at mid. I don't remember if we picked this one up or not. This was pretty greedy, but my team did stay with me, so yeah, we did pick this up. This is like, in contrast to those Ravana videos I made, these teams are, they just like, they have a little bit more sense, right? Not like way more game sense, not like SPL Pro League, but it's just, there is a difference. That's why I was trying so hard to get out of Silver, right? Like I think I needed my time in Silver or whatever, but I just was like getting frustrated because of like the game sense, the knowledge, like the decision making of everybody. On my team, you know, and the enemy team, but most of the time it's on your team, right? That's how the luck works. So now we have fire waves in mid lane and right. So and our mid lane and right lanes are pushed up, so they're gonna have to deal with that. I make the call for Fire Giant. This is what's so good about this game is most of the time like people don't really listen to you, but if you're 11-0-6, like they're like, okay, you know, we're gonna listen to this guy's call. So I start this. You know, if you're a hunter, don't be afraid to start the Fire Giant, right? Because you have lifesteal, and you can also just back up like I did after I got hit by that thing the second time this game. Oh, and then so right there, I think I was debating on ulting that for secure, right? Because AMC's ult is an ability, and abilities do hit Fire Giant. So that's like, people don't ever think about it, but that, you know, you're not going to pick it up for a 15-second cooldown, but that's such a good secure because of how much burst damage that is, right? If you can afford to use that Stinger, which for enhanced Fire Giant, you can almost always afford to use that Stinger. It's just like such good secure. And then, you know, Janus ult obviously is great secure too. Thor could have ulted in, that would have been bad. Besides, if he was around the corner, he could have dropped Kraken, that's really great secure too. But I didn't feel the need to do it because we didn't see anybody on the map. I don't remember if we had that warded or not, like high. But anyways, so right here I make the call to push left lane because we have a wave in left lane and Jormungandr's right. I saw Izanami mid. I don't remember where the rest of these people are. Yeah, we can see two are right there. I dropped that ward. That's why you drop that ward right there, because they can just come around from behind like Izanami's doing, but she doesn't know we have a ward there. I see her right here. I turn around and just zone her off. I should have been smacking that Phoenix, right? That's my job, but I knew if she came from behind, she's just going to blow whoever up that wasn't paying attention, and maybe me too. I see Jormungandr's ulting, so I'm just going to back up here. I'm going to step up because I feel like, oh yeah, I stepped up and then stepped back. What I did there is I stepped up, I was like, oh, I'm going to dodge this, and I realized I was the only one running at the rest of their 4 people, so I backed up. Team is getting smacked here, right? But Sylvanas is running at my face. I'm burning them down because I have all that penetration. And then right here I'm like, oh, I didn't know if he had his Kraken up. So, and I already used my Aegis, so I beads that. Alright, we got a kill on Poseidon there. I don't remember, I couldn't tell what ability hit him. I was just throwing everything I had. My game was kind of lagging at this point too. Who is this? I couldn't tell who that was. So right here I turn on their backline, their Izanami and their support, their Sylvanas. Just kind of zoning because they would have chased mid lane, and so that would have been bad too. If all of us chased mid lane, Sylvanas Izanami would have pincered us, and we've been fighting on both sides. So that would have been good. This is kind of disorganized. I don't really know if I'm playing this right. I'm just doing my best to not die, and I'm just trying to sit back behind the rest of my team so that it's really hard for their team to get at me. Jormungandr runs at me, and right here is like a perfect example of a tank shred. He is kind of bopping me, but if I could hit an auto, that would have been a lot cooler. So right here we get middle Phoenix. Right Phoenix is coming up, so we walk over here and smack it a couple times so we can have our left lane push up in here. We're about to have minions from middle lane, and we're about to have minions from right lane too. So there's really not much they can do. Right here is where I start getting worried because I'm getting low health. I see a bunch of ults popping off. Everywhere I'm going, I'm just trying to make sure I'm in a hive. So, Jormungandr's still doing his job, running at me. Thor just jumped me. That's his job. I think, yeah, we kill Yor here, and we kill him after. So this is what sucks, right? 13-0 in Smite is what's called godlike, and that's like amazing. That's what you want. I didn't get it because I died before I got the kill on him. Look, minions finished off the job. Winions. But I didn't get the godlike because I died before I killed him, and my damage from my passive, my bees, the bleed and the damage every time, is what finished off the job. Anyways, I want to show you here. Could be transparent with my rank. You know, I am gold 5. I'm not like the best Smite player ever. This is my first season playing ranked. I'm just getting into it, learning what I can, trying to get better. I needed my time. I was saying that earlier. I need my time at silver. I learned a lot, but I'm ready to go. Right, I'm ready to get out. You know, everybody's friendly for the most part. Nobody like rage too hard, and so got everybody with a friendly, getting some commendations. Here's my MMR. It's not that great in my rank, and I'm gonna stay and show the damage, and then we will end this video. So yeah, I mean, I was in gold before this. I lost a couple, whatever. But so yeah, we're 13-1-6, and we did 50k damage almost, right? That's 20k more damage than their hunter, and that is how you play ADC from behind. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.